After completing the task of going back to back, we starting to get us some more recruits. We got us another recruit, right tackle, 3-star right tackle, Wiley. We commenced to going back to back. We increased our prestige to a 4-star university. We starting to get more attention from these recruits, from these transfer portal prospects. Life is good at Florida Atlantic University. So we advanced from week one of the off season, not scouting, but recruitment. Of all the remaining prospects and all the transfer portal guys. So y'all see what it is. We going through and we saying we're going ahead and removing Reinbolt because it don't make no sense to keep him around any longer. He's just not gonna come around. So, but man, it's a beautiful time to be a Florida Atlantic alumni right now. Back to back national champs, back to back to back conference champs. And now we starting to get more attention from the higher profile prospects. And I can't wait to see what the future holds after this season. Like, we went through this season getting some of these recruits, some of these 4-star recruits, 3-star recruits while we were a 3-star university. Now we're a 4-star university. Can't wait to see the amount of prospects and transfer portal prospects that are top tier, like that are on the 5-star range, that are on a 4-star range. Now I don't have to keep my what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word right now. But my standards. Now I don't have to keep my standards so low. I don't have to shoot for the 3 and 2-star player. I can shoot for the 3-star players as some add-ins, but now we can shoot more for the 4-star athletes as well as 5-star players as well. 3 stars would be just be a bonus, an added bonus. So we coming off of a major season by the freshman phenom Kiki Nadoma, a monstrous Heisman season by Paris Meeks going into his junior year. I envision him making a huge jump as far as the development wise is concerned after the off season, and just we got a lot of talented guys that have come a long way, and one guy who still hasn't left yet. Guess he's staying all 4 years, and I'm not rushing him because he's been balling out. Which is the guy the most excited about, because when we first took over Florida Atlantic University, he was one of the first players to want to leave, and that's Wilkie Denaud or Wilkie Denaud. I don't know how you. It's we in our 3rd year, going into our 4th, and I still don't know how to pronounce this man's name. I'm gonna have to look it up. I keep saying I'm gonna look it up. I haven't, but this guy was one of the first players to want to transfer. He didn't transfer, he stayed. And each year he's progressively gotten better and better and better and continues to make an impact on the university. And another player who continues to make an impact, who is just in his sophomore year, is Marcelin, the defensive end. He started coming along towards the end of year 2, and then he just had a big breakout year in year 3. And I would imagine in year, a big breakout year in year 2. But I would imagine in year 3, he's going to set records. He's going to have an even bigger year. So him and Johnson is a great tandem off the edges with Wilkie Denaud in the middle. And keep in mind, Denaud was a defensive end when he was asking to be transferred. And I switched him to D tackle with Marcelin and Johnson coming off of the edges. And our defense has just been thriving ever since. With those 3 on the line, then you had Omar Graham Jr. at linebacker with Shaheem Burke and Antonio Smith and what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Oh my God. But the defense has just been taken to another level. And we've just consistently improved year to year. So I'm really excited to see the jump we make going into Year 4. Again, for those of you who weren't here from the beginning or haven't checked out all the episodes, we started out, I think we were 12-3, and we made it to the college football playoff. After winning our conference championship, made it to the college football playoff, had a gutsy comeback win against Oregon, made it to the semifinal round, or the quarterfinal round, should I say, and had UCF on the ropes, up 2 touchdowns with like less than 2 minutes left, and we blew it. Then we came back year 2, went undefeated. Cam Fancher had an excellent bounce back year. First year, he had 15 touchdown passes and 14 interceptions. I don't even know if he had 3,000 yards passing. Second year, he had well over 4,000 yards passing. I'm almost for certain he had 5,000 yards passing. But he had like 40 touchdown passes to like 3 or 4 interceptions. It wasn't a lot. It was a big turnaround. And we went undefeated and we won a national championship. And of course, he was a senior, so he graduated. And we had the freshman phenom come in, who wasn't going to start because I had 2 recruits from year 1 that were ready to take over the reins after Fancher decided he wanted to leave. And I said that the phenom was a 4-star prospect. Those other guys were 3-star prospects, but their speed was up there. And anybody that knows me knows I'm big on speed. I've been saying that for a while. And I said that if the 4-star prospect comes in there and he has a better overall than the other guys after development, then he was going to start. But he didn't. And I started, I think it was George Fine. And we won our first game. Everything was good. Then he gets hurt in week 2. Nadoma comes in, the phenom, and the rest is history. And we go on to win our 2nd straight title. And now we're here. Now we're in week 3 of the off-season recruiting period. You see, we moved up to 1st on a couple guys' lists. We're 2nd on a couple other guys. And check out and see what time we got left. So we got 590 hours left to work with for this week. See where we at with some of these guys. So we're pretty far ahead on Wick at the right guard position. Phoenix, we're far ahead on him. Zeke, we are 2nd, but we're gaining ground on South Carolina. That might be one that we can make a last-minute jump on unless they offer a scholarship. So Wiley committed. Kaiser, we're still number 1 on his, but I don't like the fact that A&M is starting to gain some traction. So we want to go ahead and add some more actions to him, send the house, so we can get him to commit right away. So let's see. Remove. Yeah, there we go. So we wanted to remove the friends and family and do this. Yeah, because I want to make sure I'm within the range of all the hours we could spend on that said player. So had to take something away to give a little more. That's okay. So Yates, he committed to Florida State. Ellis, we're gaining ground, but Auburn just continues to extend that lead. So it's looking like we're going to miss out on the strong safety, Christian Ellis. We already did a visit. We done sent the house. There's really not much we can do unless I try to take something away and do a sway. That might be the play. So what's the pitch? There we go, right there. That's the perfect pitch. Even though we're not green in those other areas, seems to be the perfect pitch. Trying out other aspects, but that's probably going to be the goal. That's what I'm going to wind up going back to. Or no. There we go, right there. Yeah, perfect. So we got 2 A's and a B. I'll take it. See if we can pick up more ground on him. Levy. Okay, so we done moved up on him while Alabama them fell down. So I think we might just pull this one off. We might just pull this one off. Cortland Williams. Bale, it looks like we're very close to locking him up. Johansson, him as well. Bolin as well. So it's looking really good. It's looking really good. We had a slow recruiting process throughout the season. You know, we had a lot of players that opted to go elsewhere. And we had very few signed. We had a good bit, but it was few. Not quite as many as we wanted to sign, but now it seems that we're starting to pick them up. And again, I might be going to add more prospects, etc. But again, our goal is to only sign 15 to 18, 15 to 20 players. Because I don't want to be in a position where I have to cut players that I don't want to cut. But we got to get this team right. We got to get this team right because the goal, again, anybody who's been following this knows my saying is the purpose of a dynasty is to build a dynasty. And a dynasty is winning more than once, winning more than twice. You got to win 3 in a row for it to be a dynasty. You got to win 3 in a row, or you got to at least win like 3 or 4 within like a 6-year span for it to be considered a dynasty. But really, a dynasty is winning like 3 straight championships. And we trying to pull that off. We trying to build the best team that we can to possibly position ourselves to win our 3rd straight national championship. And then see where the cards fall after that. See what I decide to do. See if I decide to stay in the American Conference. See if I decide to move to the SEC. See if I decide to take Will Blackman back home to Boston College. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. But we got unfinished business right now. We coming down off of cloud 9, winning back-to-back titles, and we trying to get this team right. You know, we done constantly moved up since the start. When I started this dynasty, it was a 1.5-star school. Then we went to a 2.5-star school. Then for year 3, we were a 3-star school. Now, getting ready to go into year 4 after winning yet another national championship, we've moved up to a 4-star school. So the expectations are greater, and it's time to advance. It's time to roll forward. I think I'm not missing nothing. I feel like I'm leaving something out. I swear when I don't use all of my hours, I feel like even though I only got 1 more week after this, so the hours got to get used up anyways, or else they're going to just be wasted. But let's see what we looking like. Big schedule visits. I like to schedule these visits as soon as possible. I don't like to, like, both off season and regular season. I try to schedule it as soon as possible because I don't want to give any time. Because what I've learned from prior experience is the longer you wait, the more the better chance somebody can jump ahead of you, should I say. So say if we're eligible to offer a visit to a prospect in like week 5, but we decide to wait till week 11. We might be ahead of all those other teams, but those other teams might start gaining ground. So by the time that visit comes, they might have already committed to another team because they just jumped that far ahead of us. So I try to, the purpose of these recruits is getting them locked in as soon as possible. It don't matter how much of a lead you have on anybody. I can't say it enough. It doesn't matter how much of a lead you have on other teams. If they have the perfect pitch or they offer that scholarship or they have better prestige than you, chances are the interest in that school is going to trump yours. So you got to lock them up as soon as you can. Get that out the way. So, but we're going to go ahead and advance. We're going to go ahead and roll forward. We're going to cut it short right here. Week 4 will take place in the next episode. I don't like to stretch these off-season episodes too long. So, again, if you're here for the first time or returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed on not only this Dynasty content, but more college football 25 content. So again, I appreciate you for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.